ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the feature event from New Smyrna. Tracy Petter and Austin Edwards on the front row. Ethan Wolf and Mike Henry Jr. have the second row. Edmund Jones, Michael Cray on the third row. Rusty Modesty, Casey Pacala on the fourth. Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Josh Doobie rounding out the top 10. Nick Biddy, Kyle Martin, 11th and 12th. 13th is Jim Johnson and Joey Smith in 14th. Matt Hayden and Jackson McLean, 15th and 16th. Tyler Gilbert, Harold Rothery, 17th and 18th. Ed Jones Sr. and Brian Edwards, 19th and 20th. Fred Houle, Jonathan Emerson, Mike Corvu, Chris Johnson, Kyle Lair, and Kyle White rounding out the field. Already a little smack talk going on in the chat. Chris Johnson said he's going to win. McRicken said you're going to have to go through me. Kyle Lair off soaking the tires. Kyle Lair definitely has an interesting roll cage to balance the car a little bit more and give him a little bit more grip. Chris Johnson is calling for an EHP 1-2 as the pace car starts rolling. And don't forget, Mike Henry said he was just going to roll around. He was right around and stay out of trouble. He was one of the fastest in practice, qualified up in the top 5. He is going to be in contention all night as well. Plus some guys looking to fight their way from the back. This is about to get interesting. Lights are out on the pace car. Down the back straightaway, everybody settling in, tightening the belts. Waiting for Barney the flagman to drop the green flag here. Pace car drops in. Tracy fires, green is in the air. And off into turn number 1. The top 3 are single file and side-by-side battles throughout the rest of the pack. Watching, looking for some of the action from the back of the pack, as we know several drivers about, we've got a big wreck in 3 and 4. Caution is out, and it looks like, despite the number of cars involved, very few actually get impact or any damage. Josh Doobie gets the car in front, checks up. Doobie has to check up, goes around. Harold Rothery checks up on the outside. The car's behind him. Nowhere to go. Minimal impact, though, as everybody not up to full speed yet. Things already getting interesting at New Smyrna. A couple of drivers do hit pit road for repairs. Jonathan Emerson is in. Actually, it looks like Emerson might be the only one. Doobie didn't even come in. Tracy Petter manages to hold on to the lead. The lights go out on the pace car. It'll be a single file restart. Tracy Petter, Austin Edwards out front. Tracy Petter in control, getting ready for the drop of the green flag. Pace car in, green is in the air, and it looks like there might have been some problem on the restart. We'll take a look in a minute here. Everybody is down and away. There's a car stopped up on the wall in turn 3. Caution is out. Ed Sr. looks like he had some problems on the restart. Oh, Fred Hool gets checked up. The whole field checks up. The back half of the field just has massive issues. Let's see. It looked like Fred had to check up just a little bit behind Harold Rothery. And the domino effect hits. Mike Coravue involved in this. Trouble on the restart. Brian Edwards is towed to pit road. He was involved in that. Everybody else, Mike Coravue and Josh Doobie both go to pit road. Meanwhile, Tracy Petter continues to lead. Mike barely makes it. No, he is not going to make it out. Mike Coravue loses a lap here. And Mike is back on pit road. Not sure what happened there. Let's take a look. Looked like he was trying, he may have just stopped on track. Yeah, he just pulls to the bottom and tows it to pit road. His chance at a win may have come to an end here. Points leader Michael Cray currently runs in fifth place, having another good start to this one. Lights are back out on the pace car. Single file, restart again. Hopefully they do not have any issues on this one. Once they get under green for a couple of laps, we'll update you on the guys that started way out back, because some of them have started making their way forward. Pace car dropping in. There he goes, and they fire already. Green is in the air. Into turn 1, single file for the top 2. Holy cow! Edmund Jones looks like there's an incident back behind. No caution yet. Caution is now out. Looks like Kyle Lair was involved. Oh, there was a car stopped right in front and got hard into the wall. Might have been Jonathan Emerson. No, Emerson was back behind. Let's see. Wow, some really hard crashes back there. Doobie involved. Rothery involved. Doobie just has nowhere to go. I think Jackson McLean may have been involved in this one. No, it was Chris Johnson. Let's see what happens. He gets a big run out of 2. There's a wreck ahead. The 81 is involved. Jackson McLean appears to be where this whole mess started. Gets a little bump from the 42. Goes around. Rothery gets there. And then Anarchy behind. Chris Johnson on pit road. Kyle Lair on pit road. Harold Rothery. Kyle White still out on track. Jonathan Emerson also on pit road. A lot of fast drivers on pit road, including Chris Johnson, who predicted he would come from the back for the win. Kyle Lair on his way back out. The one Kyle who has not been caught up in anything yet, Kyle McRecken Martin, now up into 9th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice in 8th, Pekela in 7th, Rusty Modesty in 6th. Edmund Jones holds on to 5th, the points leader. Michael Cray now up into 4th. Mike Henry Jr. now into 3rd. Ethan Wolf in 2nd. Tracy Petter with the lead. And you heard it mentioned in the pre-race, after tonight, just 4 races left to go in the season. The points battle still very close for several positions. Also, as we've seen every week this season, new drivers in the field making things a bit exciting and occasionally a bit chaotic. But always a great time. See if we can see this one from the blimp as they come out of 4 fire. Green flag is in the air. Down through 1 and 2, everybody side by side. Everybody keeping it steady for the moment. Looks like we've got drivers coming. Kyle White is on pit road. Ethan Wolf is now into 2nd place. Mike Henry Jr. in 3rd. Austin Edwards has fallen all the way back into 15th. Austin's got a long ways to go. He has lost a ton of positions. Meanwhile, Tracy Petter out front setting the fastest lap. Ethan Wolf in 2nd. Mike Henry Jr. in 3rd. Does not look like he is just riding around right now as he pulls away out of turn 4 from Michael Cray. You got to give Mike Henry Jr. A lot of credit here. For a guy who has never really raced this car and never been on this track before tonight, he is doing quite well. Michael Cray, the points leader, holding on to 4th. Here's Edmund looking down to the inside. Rusty Modesty in 6th, all over the back bumper. Casey Pekela, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Kyle McRecken Martin, and Jim Johnson rounding out the top 10. Jim up 3 spots as caution comes out for Harold Rothery. Off of turn 2 down the back. Oh, Rothery gets a run underneath. Looks like somebody just came down there. And it looks like Nick Biddy had a little problem as well. Off of turn 2, just gets a massive push. Everybody successfully avoids him, but wow. That is definitely a wall ride. So Tracy Petter still in the lead. Ethan Wolf in second. Mike Henry Jr. in third. Michael Cray in fourth. Edmund Jones in fifth. Rusty Modesty, Casey Pacala, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Kyle Martin, Jim Johnson rounding out the top 10. Joey Smith up 3 spots into 11th. Biggest mover so far, Fred Houle up 8 spots into 13th. Austin Edwards way back in 14th. We didn't see what happened. Unusual to see Austin losing so many spots. As they come around waiting for the flag man to give them 1 to green. Not yet. Should get 1 to green next time by. Tracy Petter still leading Moran, has led every lap so far as they get 1 to green. New Smyrna definitely taking its pound of flesh here tonight. Down the back straightaway, they wait for the pace car to drop back in. Pace car is in. Tracy fires their away. Green in the air. The top 6, 7, 8 all stay single file. Kyle Martin, the first one to look early, looking to the bottom. Jim Johnson back in 10th. Caution. See if we can find what happened here. Looks like Austin Edwards involved in this one. Doobie gets a little push coming off of 2, gets into Austin. Kind enough to straighten him back out though. Tracy Petter continues to lead. The way things are going, Tracy may walk away with this one. Should be getting 1 to green again here. Tracy Petter, Ethan Wolf up front. Pace car is in. Tracy fires. Green flag is back in the air. Everybody stands single file. Kyle Martin looking a little racy. A little battling going on back behind. Ed Jones Sr. gets passed by Jackson McLean and Austin Edwards as they start trying to work their way back toward the front. Chris Johnson has had an incident. Chris just gets a run underneath, tries not to get in the other car, does a complete 360, manages to keep it going, but loses a ton of momentum. The top two have started building a breakaway now, 0.8 of a second from second place to third. Michael Cray in fourth. Fifth place is Edmund Jones. Top 10, pretty much single file for the moment. Nobody challenging. Everybody trying to save their cars as long as possible. Fred Houle coming to the back bumper on Matt Oven Mitts Hayden. Gelbert back in 14th. Austin Edwards now up into 15th, trying to make his way forward. Kyle Lair has gone off track, and Ed Jones Sr. has had an incident. No caution yet. Let's see what happened. Oh, Ed just gets that outside wall front. Rothery catches a piece of it. Drivers go into wreck avoidance. Jimmy Johnson and Jimmy Fitzmaurice battling out side by side. That's the battle for ninth. Now they're starting to get racy. They may have touched on corner entry. Fitzmaurice goes backwards. Jim Johnson now up into ninth. Meanwhile, Kyle Martin is caught up to Casey Pacala. And it looks like Mike Henry Jr. is starting to drift back just a little bit. That moves Ethan Wolf into second. Michael Cray, the points leader, now up to third. Edmund Jones in fourth. Rusty Modesty now in fifth. Kyle Martin picking up another position. He is now up into seventh. Rusty Modesty having a great run here tonight as well. Currently running fifth on the track as we've got a battle going. Now that is the 18 of Chris Johnson. Couple of laps down, just trying to ride it out. No change up front. It is still Tracy Petter and Ethan Wolf. Tracy so far has led every lap. Came into tonight ninth in points. Definitely a big opportunity to pick up some points here tonight. Michael Cray, the points leader, meanwhile doing what he needs to do to walk away with this title. Currently running in third. Second place in points, Matt Oven Mitts Hayden. Back in 15th. Ed Jones Sr. had gone to pit road. He has come back out, as has Brian Edwards after repairs. Rusty Modesty holds on to 5th. Checking back, Austin Edwards up into 13th, making a move on Fred Houle. He is up to 12th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice now his next target. Mike Henry Jr. meanwhile has drifted back to 10th place. Fitzmaurice looking low. Austin Edwards right there with him. Joey Smith, another driver having a good run tonight, currently runs in 9th. So Andrew Thornton, if you're watching, Joey's doing good. Jim Johnson currently running in 8th, up 5 spots. Kyle McRecken Martin up 5 spots into 7th. Michaela in 6th, Rusty Modesty in 5th, Edmund Jones in 4th. Michael Cray holds on to 3rd for the moment. Ethan Wolf in 2nd. And leading every lap so far, Tracy Petter continues and is starting to pull a small gap on Ethan Wolf. Ethan Wolf currently holds 2nd place, but is starting to lose ground to the leader. Michael Cray about to have his hands full. Edmund's been looking. Oh, Edmund gets in too deep trying to make the pass, slides up the track. Here comes Rusty Modesty and Casey Pacala. Rusty clears. Now it's Pacala and Jones side by side. Holy crap, it's getting dicey. Kyle Martin in 7th, Jim Johnson 8th, Joey Smith in 9th, and Austin Edwards has made his way all the way back up into the top 10. Now looking for 9th from Joey. 23 laps to go. Austin is on a mission here. I was told during pre-race, Austin does make the setups for this Tour Mod series. Check out Edwards Setup Shop to get your free setups, and if you like what you're getting for free, you can always donate. Austin makes the setup for this series and was told coming into tonight, Edmund told him, go lay a whooping on him. He went as far back as 16th and has still fought his way back up into 9th and is reeling in 8th place Jim Johnson. Meanwhile, Tracy Petter continues to open up his lead. It's now half a second over Ethan Wolf. Michael Cray in 3rd, holding off Rusty Modesty in 4th. Edmund holds off Pacala and holds on to 5th place. Casey Pacala in 6th, McRecken in 7th, Jim Johnson 8th, Austin Edwards 9th, and Joey Smith in 10th. Mike Henry Jr. has drifted back into 11th. I'm wondering if he just overcooked the tires here too early. He was so fast in practice, in qualifying, early in the race, but fading back mid-race. Gotta wonder if he just used them up. Jimmy Fitzmaurice back at 12th. Tyler Gelbert up 4 spots into 13th. Oven Mitts up a spot into 15th. Fred Houle up 6 spots into 15th. And Doobie, the last car on the lead lap, in 16th. Tracy Petter was opening up that half-second lead, but has now come into lap traffic. Looks like Fred Houle's going to move up the track, let the leaders by. Lap traffic is definitely going to come into play in the last few laps of this battle. Austin Edwards now looking for the move on Jim Johnson. Edmund Jones pushing a little bit hard off turn 4, trying to get a run here on Rusty. And don't forget, Casey Pacala is lurking right there. And Casey definitely one of the best in these cars. Tracy Petter still over half a second. A big gap now from second place Ethan Wolf to third place Michael Cray. Rusty Modesty in fourth and Edmund Jones in fifth. Petter now up into lap traffic with just next time by it'll be 10 laps to go, and he'll spend that last 10 laps battling with lap cars. Easily getting by. They're starting to let him by here, and he's timing it perfectly to pick up a little bit of time on second place Ethan Wolf. His lead now 9/10 of a second as he pulls away. Michael Cray still holding on to third place. Rusty Modesty in fourth. Edmund in fifth. Casey Pacala still in sixth, but look who has gotten up into seventh place as Austin Edwards continues marching forward. Kyle Martin now in eighth, Jim Johnson in ninth, and Joey back in 10th. The rookie Mike Henry Jr. currently runs in 11th, putting on a great show here tonight. Ed Jones Sr. has had a problem. He is off the track at the moment. As Tracy Petter comes around it with 5 laps to go. Ed Jones Sr. has turned around backwards out of turn 4. Senior still stuck there against the inside wall. Michael Cray in third has managed to pull a gap on Rusty Modesty and Edmund Jones. Meanwhile, Austin Edwards has caught up to Casey Pacala. Can Austin crack his way into the top 5 here? Tracy Petter coming down, gets popsicle sticks, 2 laps to go. Ethan Wolf in second, Michael Cray in third. There's quite a battle going on though from fourth on back. White flag is in the air for Tracy Petter. Lap traffic has slowed him down a little bit. Ethan Wolf now down to half a second. And here comes Tracy Petter. He's going to win at New Smyrna. Ethan Wolf comes home in second. Michael Cray in third. Edmund Jones comes home fourth. I don't know what's going to happen here. Austin Edwards and Kyle McRecken Martin end up in the wall. Edmund Jones comes home fourth. Jim Johnson pulls off fifth. Austin comes home sixth. Joey Smith comes home seventh. Mike Henry Jr. eighth. Rusty Modesty in ninth. And Jimmy Fitzmaurice in 10th. Let's talk to our top 3. Starting with our points leader, Michael Cray. Hey, Mike, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, that was a hard-fought third-place finish tonight, but man, you did everything perfectly to extend your points lead.
Yeah, it's all what I'm trying to get is the championship at this point.
Well, with the way that race ended, Matt Hayden finishing back in 11th, I think you're going to extend that points lead quite a bit here tonight.
Yeah, thank God, because we got some good racers in this league.
You definitely do, but man, you were no slouch tonight. Holding on to third, you held on to Tracy and Ethan for quite a while in the early going as well.
Yeah, then my tires started to get a little shot, and they just went ahead by a lot.
Well, man, you still hold on to third. You come home with the points lead. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, second place, Ethan Wolf. Hey, Ethan, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, great podium finish. And, man, you guys put on one heck of a show. You hung with Tracy throughout that whole race.
Yeah, Tracy's always fast. I've raced with him in a lot of officials. I was faster than him in the middle part of the race, but we hit lap traffic, and he was able to get through him fine. And whenever the lap cars would get back in line, it'd mess me up, and he'd pull away again, and the whole thing just kept happening. And I started getting loose towards the end, and I started losing him again.
Looked like those last two laps, he got caught with the lap traffic, and you ran him down to like 0.4 of a second on the last couple of laps. Was there any point you thought you were going to reel him back in? Because, man, you looked extremely fast out there.
Nah, catching Tracy is a lot harder than it sounds. He only races mods. I know that because every time I race mods, he's in one. If I could have just stayed at his back bumper, I would have been fine.
Well, man, still coming home with a second place finish. It's going to move you up quite a bit in the points. I know you missed quite a few races this season, but after that finish, you're going to be moving way up the points tonight.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. That's all I'm doing this for. I was already out of the points, so I'm just having fun.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be back in victory lane soon, man. Congratulations. One heck of a run tonight.
Thank you.
And let's see if we can find our winner. Yeah, this might be easier if I do this way. Hey, Tracy, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got ya.
Led every single lap tonight. At no point did anybody ever seem to have anything for you.
I think the single file restarts really made it an issue for Ethan. Try to set up anything.
Regardless, man, there were times where he'd get a little bit of a run on you and you just start pulling away again. Just the most dominant run of the night tonight.
Very tough track to pass at.
I gotta say, man, it was an impressive win, a very dominant win, and a well-deserved win tonight, man. Congratulations, that was definitely an awesome victory.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, Doug.
Tracy Petter ends up in victory lane, and wow, what a race it was. Thank you, guys. Wait a minute. Kyle Laird just says, have mercy on us. Wow, what a night it was. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. And don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 7:20 Eastern. XCal returns. A lot of the drivers you saw here tonight will be back in action in the street stocks. So don't want to miss that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great night.